Just about show business still, is that what's interesting is both of you read a lot as kids, obviously, because I don't believe that as kids you really get into that insular world unless something turns you away from wanting to socialize. Why did you go into, were you just so brilliant? I know you were, but...
No, I mean, I think, I love reading.
Did you see how nice I was there?
Yes, that's very sweet of you. You cut that bit out.
Yeah.
No, keep that in.
Not keep it in.
No, but I mean, I used to read a lot as a kid, but I mean, I don't remember being a kind of isolated child, you know, but I just...
You had good relations with your mother and your father, etc.?
Well, I mean, as a child, yes. You know, it got much worse with my father as we grew up. My father was a very good father of little kids. But, but he drank too much, and so it became...
That's what I meant to ask.
And my father shot speed.
Yeah, but he wasn't a Muslim, was he?
No, well,
Later.
nor was mine. To be
Now
fair,
he
no,
is.
to be fair to my father, he wasn't religious. I mean, that's one of the things that my parents, the kind of gifts that they gave me, was not to shove religion down my throat.
Right.
You know? And at the time, that just seemed normal. It just seemed like growing up like anyone else. It now seems, you know, that it was relatively unusual. So that was, I mean, that was very helpful, I think, and got me into lots of trouble later.
And having a father as an alcoholic, were you young enough that you assume that you're to blame when there's misbehavior around you?
Well, what I remember is that my mother protected us a lot. You know, she kind of really got us out of the way and took the heat.
Why, was there violence?
No, not physical violence, just yelling
Mental.
and shouting. A lot of noise.
Right. What's interesting is then you seemed, or you did anyway, maybe it's just a coincidence, you became like this perfect student.
I did.
They said
I did. I became very kind of studious and so on. And then as I, not just me, but I have three sisters, and as we grew older, it became harder and harder to be with my father because the anger got, you know, you became old enough to become the target of the anger, and I did. I mean, I suppose, you know, one of the reasons I ended up in England in the end rather than home with my parents was because at that stage my relationship with him was very bad, and I felt the need to put some oceans, you know, between us if possible. But I mean, it was all right in the end.
It is. Like there was the reconciliation at the end of Satanic Verses, which was really touching. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll have that scene? I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't think the scene at the end of the sunset where the cowboy comes back and Dad's dying and we hug and I say, "I'm sorry, Dad," is going to happen in my personal script called My Life.
Well, I didn't really have a full relationship with my father. I saw him once a year, maybe. I mean, he was very interested in women and his career, and so I really had no relationship with him.
Yeah.
And until I took acid once and suggested that he come to New York and stay with me, because we could
take acid
bond
together?
No.
That would bond you and Daddy?
No, but well,
Did
anyway.
you do it?
No, we didn't take acid together. But
you did cocaine, I think.
Cocaine,
Yeah.
Which is I can recommend it highly for bonding with your parents. But that was all that there was available.
Did it work?
I
mean, it could have, you know.
No.
My father was completely unimpressed when I said I wanted to be a writer. I mean, he thought it was a very bad return for the large investment made in.
What did he want you to be? I think he was a carpet salesman.
No, he wanted me to be a lawyer or
You should have been, Salman. You should have listened to your father.
No,
I'm not leaving you.
I remember him telling him when I left college that I wanted to write, and the thing he said completely spontaneously, as a real cry of pain, was, "What will I tell my friends?"
Oh no!